Hello, my friends. On this video, I'm going to be talking about what to do when Saturn afflicts your moon. If you enjoy this video, please subscribe to my channel. I post every week on Ayurveda, astrology, and other topics to help you uplevel your life. So first of all, I want to talk about what it means to have Saturn afflict your moon, and then I'll talk about how you can deal with that and different remedies that you can use. So what does it mean to have Saturn afflicting your moon? This can look a lot of different ways. First of all, unfortunately, sometimes Saturn afflicts our moon in our birth chart, which means that throughout the life, we're going to have some difficulties with Saturn putting pressure on our emotions and also drying us out. So that's really the result of any kind of Saturn affliction, be it temporal or during our lifetime, is that we have to be aware of our personal vitality, and we also have to be aware that our emotions may be kicked into disarray. So it's really important to develop strategies to deal with that, and I'm going to go into those. There is a period in our lives of 7.5 years in which Saturn particularly afflicts our moon. In India, this is called the Sadi Sati. That means 7.5. And so what's happening is that Saturn is next to our moon, in the sign next to our moon in our birth chart. It's on top of our moon and it's in the sign after. And what happens is when this is going on is it's often a time when we lose the people in our lives or the things that have been huge supports to us. So it can be really painful. Oftentimes the first round we lose our grandparents, the second round we lose our parents, and the third we lose ourselves, as in we die. So not to be scared, but that can be something that comes up during that 7.5 period, is that our guru or somebody who's been an important teacher in our life, or our dog even, like something that just is so meaningful to us and has been a huge support to our life, can be lost during these times. And this obviously is really hard for us and hard for our emotions. So Saturn is a planet of experience. It helps us to experience our karmas. Sometimes those are good, sometimes they're bad. Most often with Saturn, we're dealing with debts, disease, death, disappointments, all the D's. What that means is we are moving through some deep karmas that have to be processed in this lifetime. And we can look at those as opportunities to purify, or we can look at those as painful and horrible. So we can choose how we want to look at them. And hopefully, if we choose the former, we can move through these with grace and ease and get on the other side of it and see how much we benefited from having already passed through that dark period. So when Saturn afflicts our moon, that is a particular time where we're going to be doing a lot more internal work. Both of these planets are separatives. So especially if you're in a period of Saturn, if it's the moon or Saturn, then both of those planets might bring more intense experiences for you during this time. So this is something you can find out by talking to a Jyotishi or a person who does Vedic astrology, who can tell you actually where your moon is, where the Saturn is in your birth chart, where Saturn is currently, and how that affliction may play out for you based on where the other planets are. If Saturn is actually aspecting your moon, either in your birth chart or in the sky, this can often cause doubt. This can cause a sense of emotional instability. And so I think it's really important to know what to do in those situations, because there are remedies. First of all, we live in a world that's quite chaotic. We have a lot of expectations on our head. It's very easy to get overwhelmed. So during this period, it's really important to rest and to take care of our vitality and do a lot of extra self-care. And this is non-negotiable. If you really want to move through this period with ease, you've got to set aside that time and really be gentle with yourself. I know that some of us have a lot of responsibilities. Saturn is also the planet of responsibilities, so he'll bring you more if you don't have any. But it's important to have that period of 30 minutes to an hour in the morning of waking up slowly, really taking care of your body, moving your body, also doing some checking in, some kind of reflection. Maybe it's journaling, maybe it's meditation, just something that helps you kind of get outside of yourself, because this is going to help you keep a good perspective during this time. The other thing is to employ things from Ayurveda, like oiling the skin. So Saturn is a very drying planet, and the moon is our juice. It's our personal vitality, and it's a very juicy planet. It represents our emotions. Emotions flow. So it's really important that we take care of our vitality, and doing a daily oil massage before you get into the shower, which is called Abhyanga in Ayurveda, is going to be very supportive to not only our nervous system, but also for nourishing our skin and our tissues and helping us feel vital. It's also important when heavy emotions come up to feel those feelings and to have an ability to look at yourself while you're experiencing heavy emotions. And what I mean by that is, don't embody the emotion and just be in a state of fear or grief or sadness, but be able to step aside and see yourself having the feeling, acknowledge the feeling, and then do some self-soothing, like, oh, you're feeling that feeling. We don't want to layer extra judgment on top of it. So it's really important to be able to work with our emotions in a way that's productive and not try to shove them down or discount them or criticize ourselves. We have to look at that voice in our head and allow ourselves to know that I might just be a little more emotional during this time, and that should be okay. So whatever you do to support yourself in that, whether it's people who are close to you who can help you when you're having a hard time, or a therapist or a partner, it's really important to get those things in order and have them there for you when you need them. Another tool that I love to use during this kind of period is essential oils. They're so soothing, like lavender or some kind of floral oil is gonna open up the heart space and allow you to relax and have more grace as you move through this period. You can use them topically so that you can smell them, or I like to put them in a diffuser so that I can smell it throughout the room. I like to put it in my hair or put it onto my body just so that I have something calming my nervous system and really aligning myself with something larger than myself. Because the essential oils really are like nature in a bottle, and you can open that bottle and engage with nature. And that would be my next tip, which is get outside, go into nature, put your feet on the earth, swim in a body of water, walk in a forest or somewhere that's green, where you're not seeing a bunch of other humans or concrete or buildings. Try to get out into a space where you can see green and see nature and have the smells of nature, the smells of the earth and dirt. That will be really beneficial to grounding and calming the system during this time. So I hope these tips are helpful to you. We all go through these times when Saturn afflicts the moon. Saturn is actually trying to keep us in alignment with our purpose and our dharma, or the path that we're supposed to be walking in this lifetime. It's not here to torture us. So that's an important thing to remember. And hopefully you will have success moving through whatever karmas you have to move through and supporting your emotions and your juice during this time. May it be so. Tatastu. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe to my channel. I post videos just like this every single week, and I am so interested in supporting you in your health and your life path. Thanks, and have a great day.